First of all, we got our first introduction really into Skylar Thompson, who has been having a nice little camp. Everybody's kind of buzzing about him. And did you see Marcos?
Got to play a whole game.
You got to play the whole game. Marcos, who has the infamous stolen nothing. The NFL is nothing but a bunch of Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Completely plagiarized from TikTok.
Yep.
I see that Omar Kelly is saying that he is the next Kirk Cousins.
Oh,
that
God.
he is the unheralded quarterback who's going to have a future in this league.
I gotta add him to my list.
So there you go. He is he's 7th round Kirk Cousins.
Wow. Well, I'll take it.
Kirk Cousins was drafted in the 4th round. The real Kirk Cousins.
I think real Kirk Cousins
second.
was like a 3rd. Yeah, no,
Third?
he was.
I know they drafted 2 quarterbacks in the top 5 rounds.
Sure did.
I mean, the top 3 rounds.
Did. Yes, they did. Washington. That's how they.
Well, that's all you need to know.
Washington, man.
The only thing next is for somebody to draft 2 quarterbacks in the 1st round.
Let's hear a little bit from Mike McDaniel, because I think Skylar Thompson, everybody's kind of buzzing about. I'll tell you one thing that I loved about him. I love the fact that, for a young quarterback, dude slings it. I mean, he was going for some chunk plays, and that was good to see. He's also got sweet feet. I mean, dude can hustle. He got a little movement to him, Leroy.
Little wiggle.
Little sneaky athleticism.
It's not Michael Vick wiggle room.
It's sneaky.
Yeah. Catches you off guard.
Caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting a Skylar to have those sweet feet. Didn't know. My bad.
I'm trying to think who's probably the most athletic. I would say who's the intangible? I mean, got to be Buffalo's quarterback, right? Josh Allen. Josh Allen had like 700 yards rushing.
Josh Allen was a good intangibles quarterback running. Aaron Rodgers before, earlier in his career.
Yeah, but he never had, like, he had 200-300 yards rushing during the year. Aaron Rodgers.
I'll tell you who was a good running quarterback.
Josh Allen had what, 700-800 yards?
I'll tell you who was a good running quarterback, even though he was a bum. Blake Bortles, intangibles.
Oh,
Blake Bortles could scoot. He could.
He could do everything but the one skill that's required of that job: throw the football.
I'm looking right now at Skylar Thompson. Skylar Thompson, over 1,000 yards rushing in his college career. You know what?
Yeah, but if he started 4 years, that's 250 yards a year. Stop,
whatever, dude. No, he had. I'm looking right now. He had 267 his freshman year, 373 with 5 touchdowns in his sophomore year, 411 rushing touchdowns in his junior year. And then I don't know what the hell happened there. Senior year he was hurt. It's probably the reason why he went why he fell so hard in the draft.
By the way, speaking of the draft, I looked up Kirk Cousins, drafted in the 4th round. Best part, same birthday as me.
No,
he would be born in August.
You're the Kirk Cousins of radio.
I'm the Kirk Cousins of radio.
Let's hear from Mike McDaniel on Skylar Thompson and hear what McCoachin has to say about his backup QB.
No, so that was one of my favorite parts. Was at the beginning of the game. I thought the operation was a little slow. We're trying to get the play in pretty fast. And I don't know what he was saying exactly in the huddle, but it was just taking a long time to get aligned. So I took the opportunity to go tell him, "Hey, dude, you need to get the guys in and out of the huddle." And he was able to adjust that. He did better with that, while also still taking each play one play at a time. So that was an encouraging thing that you don't know until it's real. There's a lot of rookies out there that I think felt more rookie feelings than he did, and he touches the ball every play. So, happy with that. A lot to get better from, but he's a stud, and we're happy to have him.
Wow.
Hey, so first of all, hold on.
Wow.
Now, let me explain to you. Wait, remember what I tell you guys about football being negative reinforced sport?
Yes.
You ever notice a coach can never say something positive without dropping that brick on the situation, right? So he's like, "Oh yeah, man, he was struggling with the timing. We were slow getting in and out of the huddle, and Yeah, but he worked. He actually got it going and was still able to concentrate on his plays. I mean, he's a stud. He's a stud. Got a lot of work to do. Like
Yeah,
it always comes, right?
You gotta dangle the carrot.
In football, it always comes. If you listen to any press conference all over the league, usually the first comments go, "Good start, got a long way to go." All of them say that. It's just, I don't know why. You've never heard a coach during the course of a game, a season, or whatever, right? Even at the Super Bowl parade, they'll go, "Oh, we had a great season. Time to get ready for the next one." Right? They just can't move. That's it. That's it. It's my one regret in sports that I played and I didn't realize that I was part of one of the most prolific scoring teams to ever play the game, right? I didn't realize it, and then it was over. And I'm like, what just happened?
Well, listen, McCoachin, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I was all eyes on McCoachin. You know, the player is cool.
Did you watch any of the game, or did you watch all of the sideshow?
I wanted to watch McCoachin. It was the most important thing for me. How is his sideline presence? How does he own the sideline?
I want to punch you in the face.
Dude, why?
I wanted to see his sideline presence.
Yes.
What does that have to do with what's going on the field?
You need to know whether a guy owns the sidelines or not, dude. Okay?
When you know what? When you getting hit, you can give a damn what the coach doing on the sidelines.
No, that's not true. Listen, you have
the only person that care. Wait, you think any player? Hold on.
Okay.
So you're telling me right now, right, that the players are looking at him to see if he has sideline presence?
No, I don't know if the players are, but I need to know, like, on his mind, how is he handling chaos? How is he handling all of it? And I'll tell you how he was handling it. Like a champ. Like a champ. Dude didn't seem phased at all. Did you see at one point, Marcos, did you see this? Because I know he's going to ignore this. Did you see at one point? I've never seen this before.
I'm sorry. I was watching the football game.
Did you see at the one point where he's just casually sipping the Gatorade, but like with two fingers? Like,
it's too easy for him.
Just too easy for him, right? Just is like
cool, calm, collected.
Just too calm and collected, dude. Yeah. Just like sipping it.
Gase would have been trembling.
Oh yeah, Gase. I don't even think Gase is smelling salts before a football game. I don't even think he's drinking. You know, he snorts his energy. You know, to be honest with it,
it's the way he gets it.
Coming into huffing right in that bucket. Oh, amazing! We all saw the video, Gase. All right,
where is that guy?
Also, we saw what was going on in your offensive line's coach's room.
A lot of big grains,
dude. I'm telling you, when I saw him casually just drinking that Gatorade cup, I'm just like, McCoachin's got it, dude. He's got a handle on things.
I want to fight you right now.
Why? I don't understand.
You're ridiculous.
I'm not, dude. He makes a good point. Remember when Adam Gase, when things would go awry, where did he go? Like
sit
a little
bench.
A little boy off to the bench by himself
behind his Sudoku.
Didn't want to share his toys. Let me run up a play. Philbin, I mean, dude always had mouth agape, like catching flies.
Maybe he was
bewildered.
Hey man, you can't say that about Philbin. Maybe he was a mouth breather.
Mouth breather, mouth thinker. He was an oaf. All right, but McCoachin. Now, in fairness to Flores had good sideline presence, great sideline presence. You know, wanted to fight officials, wanted to fight other players. Flores would look at you and burn a hole through you. You looked at him.
As mellow as he was off the football field, he was a tyrant on the sidelines during games. Listen, he was fighting everybody.
I didn't think that Brian Flores was a bad coach, but I don't know, man. There's something about McCoachin, like he just seems to have all the air bubbles just juggling in the air, and like nothing phases him.
As of right now, the only difference between Brian Flores and Mike McDaniel is their personalities.
Yeah.
You don't
Which is kind
know.
of big.
You don't know if Mike McDaniel. Well, come on, man. You don't have to have a great personality to be good at your job. It's preferred. You would love to necessarily always be able to get along with the people that you have to deal with on a daily basis. Of course.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. But that is not a requirement. What is a requirement, though, and what does help your future in the business
Mhm.
is that if you're going to have a relationship with all these people, make it enjoyable. Then when you have those ruts, which all coaches do, all coaches got to come in and answer the tough questions that, maybe they're going to be a little more lenient on you.
See how
You
he
see
looked
what
at-
you
Remember-
can't go in there guns a-blazing. Same thing with players. If you're going to be standoffish and you're not going to kind of have a good relationship with the media because you're above it all,
Mhm.
then when it really does get tough and you got to answer those tough questions, that's when people get their feelings hurt.
Hey, Isaiah is like no walkie-talkie on the sidelines. He did not have the walkie-talkie, but let me say, we asked like, what would he look like with the headset on, and I got to tell you, fit for a king. The crown fit perfectly for McCoachin.
Dude,
Long may he reign.
people here, when we get canceled, it's going to be your fault.
Why?
Because we watched the first preseason game of the start of football season.
Yep.
The excitement's in the air. They pulled out a win. I don't care who was playing. If you're a fan of the Dolphins, Dolphins win. That's how it goes. Love it. Right?
Yep.
Don't care who was playing. Not my problem who you put on the other uniform. Not my problem. The fact that we are sitting here right now and not talking about a single player, but we spent a whole segment talking about the sideline antics of a coach.
Tua Tagovailoa on the broadcast was speaking to Kim Bocamper. Kim Bocamper asked him about how he likes the new Mike McDaniel offense. So let's talk some football. What did Tua have to say? Well, I'm glad you asked, Leroy. Tua says, I think all the guys love it. He brings something different that I would say none of us have ever experienced playing in the NFL and have been accustomed to with his style, his swag, and who he is as a person. Just the aura of what he brings to the building. It's been different and new for us in a good way. Aura, dude. Aura. Look at that look, Leroy. Look at that picture from after the game with the way Mike McDaniel and Tua are embracing and look at that loving look in McCoachin's eyes as he looks at his QB1. Because he knows we're about to wreck stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Why are you dismissing it?
I mean, I'm not.
You wanted to talk football. What? Talking Mike McDaniel's offense. Aura, dude.
How many touchdowns did Aura score last year?
I don't know because they didn't have it. They do. Now we'll find out. By the way.
Hey, you know what gives you aura?
Hmm?
Cheetah and Waddle. That gives you a lot of aura.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt.
I would say this is that sometimes different seems better, but that's not always the case. I would say what separates coaches sometimes is this. Is you have to be productive while being motivating. Sometimes coaches are so hard on players, it basically just beats the stuffing out of them, and then they're not as responsive. And so Brian Flores had the ability to do that also. That regardless of what you want to say about Brian Flores, everybody responded to him, played hard. They were able to turn a season around, both his first and second year. So he had a bit of that ability also. The delivery is different How they go about it is different. And so maybe because you had a guy like Brian Flores, who's direct opposite of Mike McDaniel, that you're excited about that. But they both had the ability to do the things that you're talking about.
You listen, you make a point. Better could just be different, but better could just be better. Like he could just be better.
Sometimes in a coach will tell you this. If you feel too good about what you're doing, you ain't doing it right. Like you need to, put pressure on yourself to work on things that allow you to be better in the long haul and not just do things that make you comfortable. So we'll see. I like the energy.
But did you see?
I like the energy that has been in the facility ever since he became the coach.
But you'd have to admit, like,
no, see, don't do that. I already know. Anytime you lead with, so you have to admit, or so you agree with me.
But you'd have to,
we're samesies. I'm gonna just go ahead.
Well, I don't know how to. Like, I'm just trying to get to the. Like, was that not the greatest timeout you've ever seen to ice a kicker? Because he was right there with the ref, like right there, dude.
They
Marcus,
all
did you see? No, not like this.
Did I see it? I heard you talk about it on the Porpoise pod.
Thank you.
See me plugging that there. Solana was telling them, oh, there's still a timeout left. And I think Joe Rose and Jimmy Cefalo were skeptical that they were going to ice someone during a preseason game, but Mike McDaniels did it.
Mike McDaniel's not only Mike McDaniel is here to bring all situations that need to be practiced in the preseason. That's what it's for. I don't know if you guys have heard him, but he says preseason is just a gussied up practice. And so he's going to practice. That's why he's getting the ball. When Todd Bowles is looking bewildered at the end of the first half, he's like, well, what? You're calling a timeout? He goes, yeah, because I'm practicing last minute punts here today, Todd. And that's what he did, even though it just led to a run to Myles Gaskin. But he's going to do it. He's going to do it because you know what? You know what preseasons are? A glorified practice. But you know what? You want to know something?
Why didn't he practice the 4-minute drill?
Huh?
Let me explain something to you. At any point during the season, if the Dolphins have a 2-point lead with 4 minutes left and the first play is a pass, all hell's going to break loose in Dolphin land. I promise you that.
Okay. But the point is, they still won. They still won.
The point is if you're practicing, if it's a glorified practice thing's going to help you win the game.
Okay. All right, smart guy. Well, how do you know that he didn't want to practice icing the kicker? Do you ever think about that? I guess not.
So he threw a pass. He threw a pass to not run any clock off and give the other team the ball at the end of the game so he could work on that.
I mean, it's very emotional.
Please tell me
it's very short-sighted.
Please tell me you don't believe that.
It's very short-sighted of you. Like, you ever think that the offensive coach is probably like, you know what? I like how the offenses look today. Let's not be greedy. Why don't we practice last-minute defense here today? And what did they do? They came up with a stop. You think about that?
They didn't come up with a stop.
The
field goal kicker missed the field goal.
Stop's a stop, dude. Stop's a stop. And by the way, you're welcome because he gave you the assist with the old timeout. Little McFrosty.
By the way, can I just explain to you how that works?
What?
Huh?
What?
Icing the kicker, calling the timeout at the end of the game.
I don't really need to know. I saw it.
You need to know. Here's what happens, and here's why it looks so nonchalant. Because they go to the official first, and they say, yo, Mr. Official, I'm going to ice the kicker. Look for my signal. Stands right next to the coach, which is good because a lot of coaches have to hunt down the official. Why, I don't know.
Right. Not McCoachin.
And then that's why he just throws the old boop.
Yeah.
Right? Because the official already knows he's calling timeout. Same thing like before the half end of the game. I'm going to call a timeout with X amount of seconds. If it's third down, you call a timeout with 7 seconds because if the ball snap, you can still clock it and have another shot. If
But
What?
most
I'm just telling you.
But here's the thing. Most coaches go with the generic hand T, you know. McCochin, he gave a little finger twirl with a finger T. Like, I don't know if you noticed that. But to me, that just shows a little more element of delicacy
wait,
when it comes to
time out.
out.
Before we move forward, please explain that again.
All right. Most coaches,
Please give it a generic timeout.
most coaches will go generic timeout. It goes hand on top of hand. Timeout. Okay. All right. Universal. McCochin, why use all hand when you don't need to? Why don't you just go whoop, one finger on top of the other, same letter, lowercase t, because you don't want to let's not over. This is a timeout. This is a timeout in the moment to ice the other kicker.
Is this cap lock? Is this caps lock?
That's caps lock.
Yeah.
That's that's like, remember when Eric Spoelstra came out and he'll go like, whoa, he'll go timeout.
No,
He's
my
like,
favorite.
He's like running out on the court.
Wait.
Timeout.
No, you know what our favorite is with Spo.
Oh,
Traveling.
the traveling. You see that he goes just a little lowercase.
Naked gun.
We still haven't gotten to the most important thing, though.
The actual football. We have not spoken.
We just talk football.
Football.
We just talk 4-minute drill. We talked icing kickers.
Right. No. You said they purposely failed on 4-minute drill. And let me explain something to you. The 4-minute drill at the end of a football game will have more impact on the season than any other aspect of your game. I promise you that.
Okay, you might be right.
No, I know.
You might be right. I don't deny your football expertise. Nobody sat here and says you don't know football.
4-minute drill.
Take a quick break. The grand Mike McDaniel's admission post-game. That's next. Guy says, if Leroy wants to talk football, ask him about Coach McDaniel's form on that play near the sidelines. Did you see that when he stared dude down? Guy was like, whoa!
Yeah, that was intense.
He was like in there. He's like, you're not coming to my sideline. You're not coming in my sideline. And the guy veered off. He's like, whoa, not going near that guy.
Got out of there quick.
He got crazy eyes. That was in the football game.
Can I just say one thing?
What?
With all the characters in football, if I come across Mike McDaniel, I ain't afraid.
Well, all right. Well, number 84 was, or whatever the hell his digits were.
He's a $150.
I don't know what you like. He
was with the aviators on $152.
Look at this dude. He stared him down. Whoa. I didn't know what to do. Goes right at McCochin stares him down.
He slipped.
Nah. He saw McCochin. Wah! Get me out of here. That's what he said. Veered off. It's too intimidating, Mike McDaniel.
Hey, I used to always try to chicken wing a coach. When you go to the sideline, boop, chicken wing.
Do you want to hear Mike McDaniel's grand admission after the game?
Do I want to hear it?
You do.
Or do you want to play it for me?
I think both. I say both.
Very rarely do you want to play something that I want to hear.
Mike McDaniel after the game, what he was feeling.
It'll be interesting to maybe reflect on the plane for like 5 minutes. But really in the moment, I feel such an obligation to the organization, the players, the coaches, that just felt like I was trying to fixate on what my job was at the time. So I didn't really get, I guess I did feel there were some goosebumps in the national anthem for sure, but you try to do your best to, for me, there was a lot of it that felt like practice.
Wow. Dude, nothing like a good self-admitted goosies. Goosey! Little Anthem Goosies. Anthem Goose. Let me tell you something about Anthem Goosies. Pretty good. You got the jets flying over. Makes like the hairs on your arm raise a little bit more. Remember Noshawn Moreno crying during the anthem?
Wow.
Goosies.
The heaviest tears to ever be cried.
Yep. Goose got loose, dude. Woof.
A coach probably said, "Hey, stop crying. You're going to dehydrate."
He was waterworks. Wouldn't stop. Wow. Got goosebumps. My coaching gets the goosies. Goosies. Football. Do you want Mike McDaniel's evaluation of his first day? Would you like to hear that?
Sure.
I think I'm getting him to tap out.
I wouldn't give you.
It was ironic. I knew that going into it. I'm like, yeah, this is not. It's an odd thing to be something excited for something, but also know, hey, yeah, I'm about to go not put my best foot forward or my final product forward. So just like the players, there's a lot of things, and I think that's important to, as a coach, to identify and be transparent with that with your players. Like, hey, yeah, this wasn't good enough. This shortchanged you in one way, shape, or form. So they're to say that I'm excited because it's over, because I wanted to identify exactly where that I just wanted to get to that point as fast as possible. And hey, okay, well, did this, now I can get better at this, and I can manage this better. I can communicate this better. This decision could be better. All of those things. So yeah, it's what I expected, and I expected to get a C on the math test, and I got the C. And so I'm like, yeah, cool. Now I can work towards getting a B and an A someday, if you guys allow it.
Gorgeous. Nothing wrong with getting a C when you expect that, you know?
So.
And by the way, shouldn't you love that? Because you said he failed with the 4-minute drill, which would put you down to a C. So I think you would agree with his grade. Would you not, teacher?
I would say that has nothing to do with what plays you call or who's playing. It has more to do with what your mindset should be at that moment of the game, right? You need to let the players know that there's a certain point in time that we're going to have this 4-minute offense. We got to be able to go out there and be dominant on the line of scrimmage. You have to, because it's going to come. Listen, that situation will present itself. It presents itself a lot more than people think. And if you can't close that out, we're going to be having these conversations all year. Because I would guess that a lot of these games are going to be one-score games. Just, they usually are. And so with a one-score game, the two most important parts of that game is being able to finish it and close it out, or being able to go down and score. So you need to take every one of those opportunities to see where you are and where you can make adjustments. I can give you one quick adjustment. Don't throw the damn ball on 1st and 10 with 4 minutes left. Don't do it.
Guys, I did find it funny that
I've seen coaches getting fistfights over that on the sidelines. Y'all don't remember. But who was it? It was Buddy Ryan.
Yeah.
And the offensive coordinator for Houston at the time, Gilbright.
Guys,
they fight.
I did find it funny that with all the running backs we got, Gaskin still looked the best. In fairness, they did have two guys inactive. Like, they didn't play Mostert and they didn't play Chase Edmonds. You know, and played Sony Michel like 3 seconds. So
yeah.
I mean, they didn't play like the guys that you probably expect them to play. Same thing with the receivers. Cedric Wilson getting some action, I think, got Dolphin fans excited because obviously it's been very Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle centric. So he's kind of been overshadowed, even though he was a nice free agent acquisition, and he got going real early.
He's one of those guys that probably felt like, hey, let me get more opportunities, right? Yeah, you got Preston Williams. He's another guy. Right, so they got their opportunities.
Would Preston Williams return a punt?
Yeah, which is weird. I didn't know he had that kind of speed.
I think they just was like, hey, here's your opportunity. Don't drop it.
Yeah.
And you read the toes, so good for him.